Hey peeps, we are back. We are talking the Real Housewives of New Jersey, season 13, episode 7. Hey, before we get into the video, please do me the honors of subscribing to my channel, hitting the notification bell so you can always be notified when I post new content, hitting the thumbs up because that does wonders for my channel, and share. Thanks. So the show starts out, we see Danielle, who is hilarious, out with Rachel. They're out shopping for Melissa's luau party. Those two had a good conversation. However, while they were talking, I knew when Danielle mentioned Marge or Melissa, she was going to take the information right back to Marge and Melissa. What Danielle said was absolute fact. She mentioned that she thought that Marge was a little too judgmental and that she was concerned that if Marge is really the type of person that will store people's information and then use it against them later, what would happen if Marge got a hold of any of her information? That is a valid question. Anyone who's watched at least the last 2 seasons knows very well that Marge is vindictive and that she will use anything she can get against you. I mean, later in the episode, Marge says, wait till Miss Bougie finds out what I know about her. So clearly, Marge's already been out in those New Jersey streets trying to find out information on Danielle. She said that her and Joe talked at the game, and Joe was giving her some advice and telling her to never give up on her relationship and try to work through what's going on between her and her brother so that they don't lose that family connection. I wish Joe would take his advice. Grow up. You and Teresa sit down and hash this out, just the two of you, and then bring Louie and Melissa in after the two of you have worked out whatever it is that you two are going through. While they were having this conversation, Danielle makes the comment about being a woman scorned, and Rachel acts as if she has no idea what that word means. And I thought, what girl doesn't know what scorned means? Or an arsenal? They were definitely in need of Merriam-Webster this episode. Rachel didn't know what the word scorned meant, and Melissa didn't know what the word arsenal meant. We see Teresa and Jennifer go to Jennifer's family's jewelry store because Teresa wanted to pick out some gifts for her bridesmaids. And Teresa makes this ridiculous comment. She doesn't understand why Joe and Melissa didn't invite her and Louie to stay at their shore house instead of Margaret. And I said, now, Teresa, you can't be serious. You cannot be serious. Woman, are you out of your daggone mind? You guys have not been getting along for a very long time. Why in the hell would you think that they would invite you to their house? Why would they invite you to their house? You guys are not getting along. Joe and Melissa have not showed up for any of your events except for your last housewarming party, and only Melissa showed up, and it was very awkward. Why would you be staying at their shore house? Later in the episode, Teresa did say that Gia asked to stay there and Melissa said no. And I started to think about that, and I said, well, like one episode earlier, Gia was saying that you guys spent a lot of time at the shore house. So I'm wondering if what she was saying is you guys spent a lot of time at the shore house in the past, but you never spent the night there. And Gia asked to stay the night and Melissa said no. I don't know. I think I'm on the fence with that one. Could that be true, or is Teresa embellishing a little? I'm not really sure. But when her and Jen were talking and Jen said that, they probably let Marge stay there because she probably has something on them. She's probably holding something over Melissa and Joe. I absolutely would never be shocked to find out that Marge has something on Joe and Melissa. I would never be surprised. Now, when they go down to the shore, we find out that Jen and Bill has purchased their own shore house. And she said she brought everything. She brought the house with the furniture, the sheets, everything. She said, why should she put any additional money into it? Just move right on in. And you know what I say? You go, girl. I thought the place was really pretty. It's right there on the boardwalk, though. It's real close to all the traffic and the drunks. It's giving Jersey Shore for real, okay? It's let's walk over to the t-shirt place before we do the gym tan laundry. Anyway, Out of all of the Jersey Shore homes, Melissa and Joe's always come off as the most beautiful to me. I think it's because it's right there on the water. I just love it. And you know what? I am really sick of Jackie. For this lady to be a friend of, has anybody noticed that we have seen this woman every single episode? We cannot get away from Jackie. They cannot go 5 minutes without talking about Teresa. What would they talk about? And that's kind of sad. These are grown, intelligent women with businesses of their own, and they cannot go 2.2 seconds without talking about Teresa. As soon as they sit down at Melissa's house, the first thing they want to talk about is Marge Sr. getting invited to Teresa's wedding. And then all of a sudden, here's Melissa. But my mother isn't invited. She's not invited. She is not invited. Get over it. She is not invited. Teresa does not have to invite Melissa's mother, Melissa's sisters, Melissa's cousins, the friends of Melissa's down the street. She does not have to invite these people. This is her wedding, and she should be able to invite whoever the hell she wants there. This is her and Louis' special day. Why in Sam hell does she have to have Melissa's family there? She didn't originally invite Marge Sr. either. But since Marge Sr. was right there in her face talking about the wedding, clearly wanting an invite, she went ahead and invited her. Get over it. Your mama is not invited. And here we go with Jackie again. Jackie, listen. You are clearly jealous of Danielle. You are clearly jealous of this woman. I'm assuming it's because Jackie was demoted and Danielle was hired, and she's just jealous as hell. That comment that she made calling her the clearance aisle Snooki, you know what? It must have taken her at least a couple days to come up with that. Danielle is a lovely lady who is funny. She has brought us more entertainment in this first part of the season than Jackie has the whole time she's been here. And I wish the Teddy Mellencamp of New Jersey would just bow out gracefully and go to hell on. Jackie has not told us one thing about her and her sister. All we know is her and her sister don't get along. And it's so funny that throughout this evening at Joe and Melissa's, when they continue to harp on Danielle and her brother in this Instagram feud, Dolores is right there. She's a part of the conversation, but she doesn't stand up for Danielle. However, later, when they did their after the show interviews, she says maybe Danielle should start questioning Jackie about that relationship with her sister, since she's so interested in Danielle's business.
About her sister? Do we? Do we even know a fucking quarter of it? Yeah. I have questions about that now then. Maybe Danielle should ask her about her whole story with her sister.
And the thing is, no matter if there is extra information that Danielle is leaving out, I don't give a daggone if it's 5 additional chapters to the story. All of those chapters is none of Jackie's damn business. It's none of Marge's business or the other girls either. And as a matter of fact, Danielle chose to open up and share this information with Melissa, not the entire group. It wasn't until Melissa decided to open up her mouth and share with the rest of the group that Danielle even told them anything about it. I tell you what, I cannot wait for Danielle to unleash on Jackie. Now, Joe was saying hello to Brittany. Did anybody hear him making that little noise? Was he trying to insinuate that she was really sexy? Was he looking at her? I don't know. What is going on there?
She's dangerous and vicious. I think she's maybe a little too judgmental on Jen. Jen can get a little crazy, but I don't think Margaret could ever let anything go. She dropped the bomb on Teresa with Louis, and then with Jen, she threw that rumor out. If one little thing came out, I'd be concerned if she'd be the one to just blow it out of proportion. Don't with a woman scorned.
With what? I mean, it would have been nice for my brother and Melissa, to try to make things better, to ask Louis and I to stay at their house.
She knows too much about them, so let's keep the rabid dog dormant.
Let's keep the enemy closer.
Right.
Your wedding invitation, I saw Margaret. It's beautiful. When's the wedding? Chris goes, honey, you can come.
No, she did not.
My mother's not even invited. I said that.
I think it's a little weird. Why would she get an invite but my mother not?
I think Danielle is leaving out a big piece of the story. You think she's telling the whole story?
No.
There's something that she did where she doesn't want to look bad. I mean, to me, she seems like a clearance aisle Snooki.
She said that you were judgmental.
I'm not judgmental. I think I'm opinionated. In Arsenal, which you know what I know about you. Bougie. Her and Danielle were shopping the other day, and Danielle said, well, Margaret, you know, she has an arsenal just waiting to drop it on people.
An arsenal? What does that mean? Like got a book?
Her and Teresa are a lot more alike than we think they are. And then she said, I'm judgmental. Why? Because I called Jennifer disheveled drug addict. She showed up disheveled. If we're made up, why would you say anything negative about me?
Like you're kind of like starting trouble between me and Margaret? That's like high school.
Just telling her exactly what you said.
Just getting to know Rachel, and this doesn't really sit well with me. I say nothing bad. I just said you get on her bad side, she's ruthless.
That's a little twisted. It's undermining my character. Historically, I haven't really done anything that fair to anybody.
Okay, so let's talk about Rachel. At first, I was really liking her. I thought that her and Danielle both were two breaths of fresh air to this show. But, you know, Rachel's doing too damn much. Her tagline is, I'm too busy running a business to care about yours. Well, I would like to say that here we are in episode 7, and I have no idea what the hell her business is. All I know is that she goes from one side of the group to the other side of the group spreading gossip. That is all she has brought so far. And it is clear that her head is so far stuck up Melissa and Marge's ass that she can't even see clear. She is always going around talking about she doesn't like gossip, but she's running around telling everybody's business. And she's not always clear on the context. She makes some things seem a little more negative than they really are. Teresa didn't say anything negative about Marge. Not at all. She was very honest about Marge, and she was trying to give Rachel and Danielle the heads up. All she said was, keep your eyes open. It's better to have Marge as a friend than an enemy, which is all facts. And for Marge to tell Teresa, and I quote, to use that comment about it's better to be a friend than an enemy, it's undermining my character. Marge, what character? Honey, listen, you undermine your own character every time we see you. You are always doing and saying something that you should not do or say. You are always throwing someone under the bus. You are too damn much. And by the way, I saw Marge in an interview recently, a couple days ago, where they asked her about Olivia and how upset she is and how this is really, you know, upsetting to the Aiden children. And Marge tap danced around that and said that that was not her fault. She blames Jennifer and Bill for this. The way they behave around their house is affecting their children, not what she said. Marge is a disgusting human being if she thinks that it's okay the way she threw these people under the bus on national TV and doesn't have any sympathy for this little child. Even if you don't care for Bill or Jennifer, and even if you are not sorry that you upset Bill and Jennifer, you should at least be sad that you hurt the children. Marge is a disgusting woman.
Melissa's mom not being invited. There's no way, like, that's an oversight.
No, it's not an oversight. We have a history, so I'm just gonna leave it at that.
I spoke to her mom tonight.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I apologized to her.
Oh.
Oh, how nice is that?
I think she has a piece of her that's not that nice.
Listen, she said I have an arsenal and I'm judgmental. That pisses me off.
I hate hearing my name in conversations that I'm not involved in.
That's the last thing I am is judgmental. You had said to be, like, kind of careful about her.
That's what I was told.
Right, but you repeated it.
Instead of talking to me like grown-ass women, they're Danielle.
I see the part of her that is nasty.
Everybody's conversation has to do with my name in their mouth, and I'm having a hard time with that.
What are they saying?
They're just talking.
I know.
There is no chance that that's the whole story.
It's more than stupid Instagram videos.
So they kind of feel like we're missing something. Like we're not getting the full story from you. Like they feel like maybe you hide stuff.
She's a miserable bitch. The one person you don't want to have as an enemy is me.
I wear your father's pajamas at night to make them feel safe and loving. Do you know that?
She has daddy issues. She needs to go get help. What? Jackie, shut the up. Get out of my face.
Regarding undermining Marge's character, I think you undermined Jennifer's character when you called her a disheveled drug addict. I'm just saying. And Marge saying that she hasn't really done anything. It's not fair for people to talk about her, but she's been running everybody else into the ground all season and every season before. But if anybody tells the truth about her or says anything about her, they are wrong and undermining her character. And she says that she doesn't judge anybody. She's not judgmental. Girl, that's all you do. That is all you do, is judge other people. And then also on top of that, you always act like you're better than them when you are definitely no better than anybody else. Now, Bill and Jennifer got sloppy drunk. I appreciate that they were having a good time, but I don't want to hear anything else about your reputation, because if you guys can be rolling around on the ground, sloppy drunk, talking about sticking your finger in your husband's butt, listen, I don't want to hear nothing else about your reputation. Y'all acted a fool out there. You know, Jen Fessler, she is riding a thin line with me. I don't think it was any of her business to bring up to Teresa about inviting Melissa's mom to the wedding. Was it an oversight? Hell no, it wasn't no oversight. She said she didn't want the woman at the wedding, and I don't blame her. They don't have to be at the daggone wedding. It's her wedding. And then what really pissed me off is Louis. Boy, you better get your butt over there and stand by Teresa. You are over here trying to play the nice guy. You're apologizing to Melissa's mom for what? For what? She was not invited, period. And then all of a sudden he's going to invite her. I mean, I am sick of Louis. And not only that, at the end when they showed the previews for next week and Louis said that he wears no-nose pajamas to make the girls feel safe, I said, Louis, you know, I always thought you were weird and a little odd. What the hell are you doing wearing no-nose pajamas? Ooh, I'm tired. Jen was talking to Jackie a little bit and she was telling her about the difficulties she's having in her marriage. And I thought, Jen, you are way smarter than this. Why are you sharing these intimate details about your marriage and the trouble in your marriage with Jackie when you know she's going to take this right to Marge and Melissa, and then the rest of the girls, Marge, Melissa, Rachel, and Jen Fessler, are going to sit around using your information against you later? Girls, stop sharing your information with these ladies who really don't care about you. Now, this situation with Danielle, listen, I appreciate that she went and talked to her husband instead of blowing up. I also appreciate that her husband sat there, listened, and questioned. He didn't act like Rachel's husband and said, you know, do you want to go over there and check him? You know, he didn't do all of that. I am glad that they just decided to go. When she got on the bus and she made that comment that she is the last one you want to make an enemy of, I said, oh, shoot, wait a minute. I think the Staten Island is about to come out and I'm here for it. Get them. I'm just saying. Also, did you guys see the previews for next week when Teresa told Jackie to shut the F up? I said, oh, shoot. That was the moment right then when she was officially demoted. Jackie, shut the hell on up. And I also seen in the previews for next week, Teresa is going to tell them why her and Joe and Louis really don't get along. Something about Joe trying to take $250,000 from Louis allegedly, or trying to get 50% on a deal that Louis paid for. I have no idea, but I am here for it. I want to know all about it. Anyway, peeps, get down in the comments and let me know what you think. And until next time, bye.